Welcome to Instant Discussions, episode 21.
21, right?
Yeah.
21.
TK's good. This is good, TK.
Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Merry birthday.
Merry birthday.
We are here to discuss Man of Steel.
Yeah. It's Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day.
We just thought it'd be...
Yeah.
Actually, also Wonderland. I mean,
It was a great Father's Day.
It really was.
Yeah. That's why I went and saw it again.
I got very teary-eyed during certain scenes.
Oh, come on.
All right. We'll actually discuss that.
Don't actually talk about it.
Well, just the joke has gone too far. Give me
crossing
the
the
father's movies. We can't know that Superman has one or two fathers.
Oh, come on.
And two men love each other very much.
Spoiler alert. Krypton blows up. Alright, sorry.
Spoiler alert.
You're ruining a movie. You're ruining a story from the
He's
book.
really just allergic to
He's
kryptonite.
He's just. This is a mild allergy.
Yeah.
He's really sneezing.
My brother admitted. You haven't seen that, though.
I'd heard about that.
I need to make that happen. You guys are
Do that.
so good.
All right.
Thankfully, he doesn't watch this show.
I'll
You'll never know.
No one watches this show.
Except for you.
That's right.
Yeah. You know who you are. I don't have to say your name. Okay, Alice in Wonderland, directed by Tim Burton. Ha ha ha. All right, 1951 for reals. Have either of you seen the Tim Burton movie?
No. Oh, wait, I saw like a piece of it on an airplane.
I watched part of it. It was horrible.
I saw it in theaters.
I thought it was horseshit.
It was. It wasn't good.
At least with horseshit, you can fertilize a farm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can do that with Alice in Wonderland.
With fish you can, the naive Americans taught the pilgrims that.
The naive Americans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you mean like the people who settled later? You don't mean right? Yeah.
All right. Yes. This is.
I want to be a naive American because at least I know I'm free.
I think this is a very different film than we've discussed.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the oldest film. It's
ever that we've discussed.
Oh yeah, it's the oldest film ever.
Although there is a film I think that's older that I want to pick eventually.
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
There's a film that's older that I want to pick that's not on Netflix currently. Yeah, the original, the remake, the Tim Burton version was on Netflix at one point, but not currently.
That's why I watched it and learned that it was horseshit.
It's not. It's visually it looks really good.
What'd you say, Robert?
It's great to have food while you're talking.
Yeah, while you're
It's a
talking.
good idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love my
It is good.
tea cakes.
It is delicious. I like this. Take another bite.
Irish tea cake, folks.
Irish tea cake?
That's what it's called. But I changed the little recipe up a little
Is
bit.
there alcohol potatoes in it?
It's the only Irish thing.
There should be.
That's all I know.
But there should be.
And it was supposed to be called Irish beer cake. Irish don't drink tea. Stereotypically.
There's a tea called Irish breakfast.
I don't care. There's also a tea called...
Although I don't know what that
Okay,
actually
so
means.
Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah, it's also one of my...
So yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Is it from Ireland?
Okay,
make this all relevant?
I think so. I don't think so. So it is based off of... as there are many, many versions of this, kind of similar to Wizard of Oz, where the book came out and then they tons of different film version of it, and much like Wizard of Oz as well, there's one that stands out. And in Alice in Wonderland, there's many, many versions of it.
There's the bad one. And then
Yeah, there's a good Denny's.
There's a good
Go to the good Denny's. Let's not go to that Denny's. Let's go to the other Denny's. Yes. There's so many versions of it, but then there's one that has been the classic, and then anytime someone tries to make another one, everyone's just going to think back to that classic.
Yeah.
And not just think back to the classic.
it's like
but also,
remaking Old Boy.
Yeah. But you remember it when you watched it the first time as well. So you've got fonder memories of it based on nostalgia, as they discuss it.
And it is neat to see what people do with films. It's not that it's completely.
I don't hate that the other versions exist. And that's why I liked seeing the Tim Burton one. It was interesting to see what he was doing with it. Although it was interesting because one of the major complaints with that one, and even when I was watching that one, is that there wasn't really much of a story to it.
Which also Wonderland.
That's the thing. After rewatching this one, I'm remembering, wait a second, there's not really a story to it. It's a collection. And as I was actually going through, I've got a copy here of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
I've read that like multiple times.
Yeah.
Does it make more sense?
No.
It's a collection of stories. And the first, they have a kind of arc, as the only arc that there really is that she goes falls asleep, goes into Wonderland, and then wakes up.
It basically is a dream.
It's all a dream, and it acts like a dream.
In this, it's just a dream too.
Yeah,
but in this, it's like she'll be somewhere, then all of a sudden she's somewhere else,
and that's kind of
she's carrying a baby, and then it turns into a pig. It's really weird.
It completely acts like a dream, and in this movie, a lot of the dialogue is almost word for word taken from this, but you skip around from one book to another.
And the interpretations are different. Like, when she grows in the book, it's just her neck.
Yeah, there's all sorts of weird.
And that's why she says, it's a serpent, because Alice looks like a serpent. Her neck is just, all around the tree. It's really weird the way they took the book and turned it into
that line makes a lot more sense now.
yeah, it's weird because she doesn't look like a serpent at all. She just has a long tongue. But you can also think that the reason the bird would call her a serpent is because that's her predator, and so the bird feels threatened,
and she eats eggs,
and just considers.
I need more of those.
Yeah, she does eat eggs. Let's try to go through the main stories in this. I really like the cat in the beginning. Dinah.
That would be good.
Let's try to go through.
That wasn't funny. There's nothing funny about her.
I got the over there. Dinah the cat. I like Dinah the cat. At the very beginning, just the reactions. It was funny to me, but it was just the anthropomorphizing of the cat, where it was shaking its head at her, and then she starts talking about nonsense, and it's like, what?
One interesting thing that I was reading while I was just looking up something in Alice in Wonderland.
That only starts after she starts dreaming, though, right?
Yeah, it does. But she's not in a dream for a total of probably 10 seconds in the entire thing.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny the transition, though, into the dream, because it's just not knowing that it's a dream, at least for an audience today, like being me, basically.
Yeah.
Not, because I actually I didn't remember a thing, except that I know the story in general.
I
didn't remember a thing about this specific film, and just watching it, all of a sudden, I was watching it, and my girlfriend was like, wait, what happened to the mom? She just leaves, and then the mom's gone, and the mom was just like, what? And then I was just like,
her sister. And
then immediately I was just like, well, I guess it's Alice in Wonderland. Just never mind. I'll stop asking questions.
Yeah, she just completely goes away, runs down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and
then when she's going down that trippy whatever, she's just all calmly like, oh, bye, Mr. Cat.
She's just
see you later.
She's completely in her dream world, and when she's first talking about it, she doesn't. She just wishes in her own world everything would be fun and crazy, and so she's having fun. But then she starts to see the things, and that's when she's thrown off by it.
Yeah. But just those two things, those made me laugh. Just that she completely, the mom.
Yeah. No, I don't care.
Gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
Might as well disappeared. And then she's just so calmly just falling down into this trippy hall of weirdness.
The trippy hall of weirdness.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, one interesting thing was that supposedly Mr. Lewis Kerr, or whatever his name is, was into little girls.
Yes. I've heard that on a number.
Which after thinking about it and his writings, I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Make him feel so good.
There's a film that was being worked on by Marilyn Manson of Alice in Wonderland, and it was not.
What year was that?
I don't know if it ever got released. He's been working on it forever.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to look that up. Yes. But I'll try to look at what else I need to know that. Anyway, in that one was a similar thing where he was trying to. It was him playing Lewis Carroll and his, working with Alice with this little girl and kind of go with that and drugs and coming up with these stories in that way is playing with her, and her being in a fantasy world, him playing with her while she was hallucinating. There's also a play that a friend of mine put on that was the same concept. They did I think it was like a 2-person show, from what I remember, and it was Lewis Carroll and Alice, the two characters, and so that's the thing of him. He was like hypnotizing her or drugging her, sedating her, putting her into that mode, and then acting out all of these things with her.
Well, have you ever seen the video game, the Alice into Madness?
No, I know
the recent ones were Dark Alice and all that.
Yeah, they kind of allude to her being like raped, like kind of sold and raped, and then she goes into this fantasy world to kind of get away from that, which is really weird.
Yeah, to just put your mind in another place.
Yeah.
Well, so this. That's
going back to Disney.
No, this film doesn't do any of that. It's just the fun.
It's just really
fancy
fun
thing. But it's crazy to when you start to look into Lewis Carroll, the stuff it was based on, because it's some pretty crazy stuff. But that's also just in fantasy. Crazy things are there, and it's such an interesting fantasy with British culture involved in it as well, and bringing up in proper society and such, with the things she's reciting, and then that gets played around with when she's talking to the Tweedles and talking to the caterpillar. Yes. So when she first gets out through the rabbit hole, through the door, and then is in the water from the tears.
Yeah.
Then there's the
Caucus race?
Yeah, they're running around trying to get dry, and there's the big dodo gang.
Right when she starts running, though, she's dry.
Yeah, but it's kind of the way it's shown there. It's a dream, but
just saying.
Part of that's in one of the versions of that, the one guy being over all of the other people, and he's already, he's standing up on the pedestal, able to be dry, and telling them how to get dry just by running around in circles in the water, which isn't going to work because they're just going to be running around in circles.
And it was a race that you're never going to win.
Yeah.
He's taking the bench. He's like, no, I don't want these people fighting over my spot.
Yeah. So that shows someone
down there, keep busy.
Yeah. That first shows someone in a higher power taking advantage of other people, which is a constant theme in this movie. It seems to be going against all sorts of establishments in society there.
Yeah.
The very famous one, always brought up in discussions of
the easy
culture.
One.
The easy one that is referenced in, I think we've had in literary classes and some other movies talk about it too. But the Tweedles story that they tell of the carpenter and the walrus and the carpenter, which I'm trying to remember which movie was the one I did first. Heard they talked
Isn't
about
that Dogma?
I think it was Dogma. Yeah, that was it. In the beginning of the opening of Dogma, where they talk about it, where he's discussing. Yeah, he's talking. He in the very opening of Dogma.
Which two characters are there?
Matt Damon's character
and
Ben Affleck, but it's Matt Damon's character talking to a nun in the airport. Where the Ben Affleck's character?
No,
it's Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it is.
So he's talking to her, and he, through his analysis of the Wallace and the Carpenter, talks her out of being a nun. Because of the Carpenter representing Western religions, Jesus, Christianity, Walrus representing Buddha or Eastern religions. I know that both of them just origin in the same place, but that's where they have all this stuff. That's how he was discussing it. They go down to all of the oysters because they want food, but they lead them as to, hey, come with us and we'll have fun. Come take you to a better place. Let's all go. And they lead them off into the slaughter, just take advantage of them. But you do them all. And then even the two religions then fighting against each other because the walrus eats all of the oysters, leaving none for the carpenter, even though, so they were both in together to deceive the masses, yet got too greedy. Instead of splitting up everything that they get from them, they fight with all of that because they all want all of it. So, kind of that commentary on organized religion. Because not just going after helping people as they say they are, but actually taking from them and then taking more.
Although I think it was just random.
It's just random.
Yeah.
It's just a walrus and a carpenter. You know how they do. They act. Walrus and carpenters go around eating oysters. It just makes sense that way.
Well, compared to the rest of in the book, they have the other stories, and you're like, that makes even less sense. About, the old man.
The crocodile story is the same. They don't really get into that one in the movie as much.
No.
The tweet will start to say it and they run away. But the other one's the crocodile story with the shiny tail and the luring them in and eating them. It's the shorter version of the same thing. Let's see. We've got when it gets towards the end of another one of the power struggle ones is the king and queen of hearts, and the king always gives orders.
I don't think there's much of a power struggle.
There isn't as much of a power struggle as that.
It was clear.
The king seems to tries to keep the illusion that he's giving orders because anything that the queen wants, he then says, by order of the king, do what she just said, essentially. Yeah. So she has all the power. He feels threatened by her. It seems like he may have the titular power though, in that. Because the way he gives those orders. That by the law of the land, he's in charge.
He's technically the one.
He's technically the one in charge. But everyone, they all know that she's the one that they are really frightened by because he's weak.
Little thing there. It's like it's not what the law says.
I wonder if there's something. I don't know who the king and queen were at the time of England.
I can't imagine them having sex. It's just so tiny. He's so huge. He'd have to be on top.
I could go somewhere so filthy.
And
so could he!
Yes! Now that you mentioned that. Okay.
So could he. just go right.
Let's see. I'm looking up information because I don't look at these things beforehand.
You could just go right up there himself, just walk in.
You know, I felt bad for Bill. I felt bad for Bill.
Bill?
The butcher?
No, the lizard.
I wish that was on it.
Poor Bill.
Bill the lizard, yeah.
He was there for just a short time, and then he just
got they just grabbed him, just like, no, you're doing this. He's like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Nothing.
Poor little cockney.
And then he gets shot out the chimney.
Yeah. There's a picture of that in the movie, too. Shot out the chimney. It's funny, a lot of the, illustrations. Oh, this one has the long neck one, too.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like crazy stretch out.
That's, what does that look like? What's that remind me of?
I don't know. Little Bill.
Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
So, So while watching the movie, it's amazing how many references you can make to other movies or other just tons of different
things that have come after.
Like The Matrix,
Well,
in the beginning.
That was The Matrix completely took from Alice in Wonderland, but using so much has taken from following the White Rabbit and going down the rabbit hole. The idea of going further into madness, because as they were saying in there, everyone's mad. As just like I said, everyone's mad there. Everyone's crazy. So going further down the rabbit hole is either you can say investigating further with curiosity, or you can say getting so lost in something, going after one thing that you forget the whole world around you and you've just gotten focused on that until you go crazy with all of it. So yeah, you see that constantly throughout, and the Matrix did it the best at in taking from Alice.
Follow the White Rabbit out of the White Rabbit.
Yes.
One thing I always wondered is the mome rats. I was wondering if that's supposed to be Rome math, because it kind of could look like Roman numerals. When I was a kid, I was like, is that Rome math?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Those guys are
Wonderland?
interesting because they're so many crazy creatures are there, and I like the way that especially that scene just takes one right after the other of these crazy creatures, and puts them in there and doesn't really dwell too much on any one of them. Because there are times where, like with the caterpillar, you get a long thing with that, and with the chestnut cat, you get a long thing with that, and certain characters you get a lot with. But I love the ones like the little hammerbirds, and, the mome rats. That you get such quick thing, the pencil guy, the dog that's sweeping up everything. Like all those ones are just so quick, you don't get any explanation for them. It's just like what? Yeah. You spend a little bit of time with the toasted bread and butterflies. Those look delicious.
Yeah. Was it the rocking horse?
Yeah, rocking horse fly. Yes. That's
pretty cool.
Like it's from the point of view of a child, and it's essentially made for children, but also for families. Just the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But the spirit of imagination in it kind of works for everyone in that dream state, and everyone has the connection to dreams.
Yeah.
And not only that, once you involve her eating things, especially mushrooms, then you get the hallucinations. Yes. First she ate them, and that was too much. That's too crazy. Yeah. Well, she got way too high when she ate those. Yeah, there's the drinking.
You got your uppers and your downers.
Yeah. Very easy to tie connections to drugs with that. But the same thing, it works in a child's point of view. You can go with this and do drugs as much of the darker ones have done. Or you can, in the darker story tellings of this. And even in Matrix with drugs. But in this one, in pills at least. But in this one, it does work to just have a child's dream. They can still be that crazy.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the drugs and things to do that. Well, it can help.
So did you guys have a favorite scene?
Here's an interesting thing. I was looking on the Wikipedia page, and there's an 1858 photo of Alice Liddell, taken by Lewis Carroll. And there's probably all sorts of stuff in this Wikipedia article about it, but
is that like supposed to be like a real world?
That's, I guess.
Real Alice?
Yeah, I don't know.
Had a little crush.
It's some little girl named Alice that he took a picture of. I don't know.
Little girl.
It's creepy. Don't like to have creepy stuff in with this.
See, but how old was she though? Because back then the age of consent was like 10.
I think she was still like 8.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, so still by that standard,
that's what made it
like,
so nice.
Even worse is the pedophile who just is a pedophile by whatever the laws are at the time. He's still going where you're like, nah, I don't care. Like he would just be. It's not the same.
Like, I don't care what you guys say.
No matter what, if the age of consent was
10,
if the age of consent was 30, they would be after 25-year-olds just because of that's where it is. And if the age of consent is 2, they're going to be like, newborns, eh?
Like breaking labor laws in the U.S. compared to China.
It's kind of like a political pedophile. Like they're just want to be anti-establishment. They're not really attracted to them, but they just do that to go against the laws.
Maybe that's all it really is.
That'd be nice if that was all it really was.
Mm-hmm. My parents are 20 years apart.
But, I mean, when did they meet?
I'm just saying.
Was your father 20 when they met?
Yeah, he delivered her.
Yeah. Just delivered her like,
I'll be married to her one day.
Puts a ring on the finger. It's fine. We're married. It's fine. Essentially.
So did you guys have a favorite scene?
Favorite scene?
I like the tea party. I don't know why.
The tea party. It was fun and crazy. That was one I always reference with friends all the time. Change places. Clean cut, move down.
Yeah.
I would do here though.
I hate that I do that all the time. I'll just randomly do it once in a while. Change this, and no one gets it.
It's something like I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, but you still It makes that.
I still like when people talk about mustard.
Mustard? That's not be silly.
And they're like, "What are you talking about?" Shut up.
I mean, I love that. I still love that scene with the hammerbirds and the mome rats.
Really?
Like,
it's just kind of sad though.
There's nothing and it's crazy, but like not until it gets to once it gets to her being sad at the end of it. But just going down a dark forest and everything just being weird.
When I was a kid, I loved the cage bird thing.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
one,
lord.
That is so cool.
It just, they get away, it eats it.
Solves it.
Yeah, so it's not killing them, but it just eats them. And
It's about society.
You had a
man.
bird cage?
if your stomach was a bird
It's
cage.
corporate America, man, and the birds are us, man.
Yeah.
Think about that.
There's something in there.
Pluribus
Everything's a
unum,
statement. I don't know.
Shut up, drink your tea.
Interesting survival tactic that she has there. The thought of, I'm lost, I should stay in this one place. But wait a second, what? No one would look for me here, and no one knows where I am. So the whole idea of staying put when you're lost only works if there are other people who know the general area where you are.
Like when you're at Disneyland.
Yeah. If you're there and you're lost, or if you're in the grocery store and you're a child and you're lost, stay there. But if you have wandered into madness, you staying put probably won't do anything, especially in that crazy dark forest insanity. The Cheshire Cat just like causing craziness to happen for no reason.
In a cabin,
just
in
to
the middle of
cause.
the woods. You wandered into the forest. Oh shit, I'm lost. I better sit down and just wait.
Just wait.
I watched Alice in Wonderland. She said to just stay there.
So I wanted to talk about something that you had
Go
brought
back
up.
to the zoo. Awesome. Sorry, dude.
Something that you brought up on a few episodes ago when we were talking about had to have been irreversible. We were talking about
Irreversible?
Alice
Alice in
Exactly
Wonderland.
the same.
They go pretty hand in hand. They went down some rabbit holes or other.
Are you sure you mean hand in hand?
I mean, hand in something.
Fisty bum!
That was in a movie. It was in a movie on Netflix.
Oh. Out of my eyes.
You don't want to go see him. Just fist me in the ass.
You don't want to see the Jabberwocky. I liked in the new Alice in Wonderland with Tim Burton actually put the Jabberwocky in there. I was a fan of him from the book and from there was a film that Terry Gilliam made right after they did Monty Python did Holy Grail, which was called the Jabberwocky, and it stars Michael Palin, and it's pretty cool. They have a giant Jabberwocky at the end. I liked it.
I never liked the Jabberwocky just because I can never figure out what it looked like. I don't know why. I had this I couldn't get a good
There's
view of
images of it, like people have done different ones, and it all looks weird. But that whole Jabberwocky poem is one that in high school we analyzed it and tried to translate it. Is one of our things that we did, like find the close matches, and everyone came up with their own translations for it because it doesn't use words. It makes up words so crazily that they're difficult to pronounce, and it's just all sorts of jumbled and messed up. But you can still get from there that there's some terrible monster in there.
Yeah, I couldn't get a clear picture, so it bugged me.
But they don't do that in this one. You don't get that monster, and I love that part of it. But that would have made this. The Jabberwocky is such a dark thing that would have made this a lot darker of a thing. So
There's a lot of stuff they missed, though.
Yeah,
it was only 75 minutes long.
It was a short movie.
Yeah,
whatever it was. It was really short.
They totally could have didn't do the glass part at all either. They could have thrown that in there. It wasn't that long.
Though it was one of the earliest animated films. It was
a
little while. Yeah, it was short. A few years after Snow White, the first feature-length animated film. So hand animated. All the craziness, like nowadays with computer animation, and it's going to cut down on. They can make it easier to do, but yeah, when they're just figuring everything out, that's tough to do. I also noted a lot of the songs in here, like there's the Unbirthday song and the Tea Party song are like the two songs that I always know from it, mostly because of the attraction. There's some other stuff.
I always sing the flower. I know
the flower song.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
I like to whistle that one.
Yeah, that's like that one has become a classic. But there's so many other songs in it that I forget. Kind of like when I watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I keep forgetting the song "Cheer Up Charlie" until I rewatch it again. Like now I know it, but like that's one I didn't remember when I was a kid. She's like washing clothes and singing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But like you remember every other thing from the movie, but that was one scene that if you hadn't seen it since you were a kid, you rewatch it, you're like.
I just have the two songs that I never forget. It's the chocolate right when they enter the main chocolate factory and he starts singing a chorus.
Yeah, there's the Pure Imagination, and then there's the
Augustus Gloop. I just remember those two really well.
Yeah, the Oompa Loompa song.
No way, the chick. Oh, the chick, the The Brat?
Well, you know, I remember
her song.
Yeah, her song with the Golden Goose. I want. Yeah, I want that. There's a picture of the Jabberwocky.
See, yeah, that's not the one.
But there's so many other songs like Alice's the songs that Alice sings, and she sings quite a few times.
That's why there's no pictures.
Don't remember that at all.
It's like doing a movie in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
They have a movie.
The words of the Jabberwocky are so much more. Yeah, the words of her. They're so much more.
It's like complaining that Lord of the Rings was inaccurate, which my brother actually did. He's like, Legolas, it wasn't however freaking tall he's supposed to be. Because elves are supposed to be like super, like 9 feet something tall.
And you just yell back at him. They don't exist.
Yeah,
they're not real. Movie. Anyway, back when at the end of the
Irreversible.
At the end of the podcast of Irreversible.
Yeah, Irreversible. What?
We were talking about how he got flack for that movie. Gaspar Noé got flack for that movie because they called it homophobic because the villain was gay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had brought up, this was what kind of inspired me to pick a Disney animated film. Though this one doesn't really have a villain in it, which we talk about.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that. But you were saying how all the Disney villains are gay.
Yeah.
So in this one, I would like just to talk about what is a villain in this movie.
I'm saying most of them are gay.
I haven't seen to go into it because I'll go down a list here from
That's kind of homophobic.
animated films.
What is gay?
Here's all of the Disney.
Just because Scar has a little thing.
Features. But first I want to, so we'll talk about that in a second. First I want to talk about what is a villain in this movie, because to me it's kind of her against everyone. No one's really helping her. Like the
White wants to do her harm though. The only one who is the Queen.
The Queen wants to do her harm, and
the Cheshire Cat just wants to get her in harm's way. Would say
everyone else is so crazy.
He's just having fun. Cheshire Cat's just...
When she's
at her expense though.
When she's put on trial too, no one comes to her aid except for the Cheshire Cat, who was causing all the craziness to begin with.
Yeah,
like he's the only one that really he causes the diversion and stuff. But then leads to her getting doubly in trouble, chased after because holding the jam and stuff. So I guess the Queen, but the Queen's the only one at first who really like understands. Oh, this is a little girl. We're all cool. Everyone else is like, you're a strange flower, you're a weed, you're all this, and they're chasing her out and getting her lost and everything, and then
the one that finally understands her wants to kill her.
Yeah, once she finally finds.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she seems like the villain in this one. Although in the book, it's the Jabberwocky too.
Yeah. The Jabberwocky is the villain, but the Jabberwocky is like tormenting Olive, tormenting more stuff, not just her. But yeah, no one really is on her side in this movie. She's kind of everyone's against her, and even the ones that are trying to help her, they're not really trying to help her, but they cause more craziness. Yeah. If she asks them for help, they're like, "Oh, whatever," doing craziness stuff. So let's go down a list of movies. So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, first Disney animated feature film. Okay. Villain of that is the witch.
Okay.
Was she a lesbian?
Totally.
Could have been.
I like to think about them.
Maybe they don't really talk about. They didn't really get the sexuality from her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
she's
bi for sure.
I don't think she can because she wasn't the prettiest, but Snow White was the fairest, and she was.
She gets to be bi though.
She could be, but she just wants to destroy the other prettiest thing there. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because Snow White wouldn't hook up with her. Yeah. At least in my mind.
See Pinocchio. There's
he's a bear.
Who's a villain in Pinocchio?
Stromboli.
Stromboli?
And then the whale.
Stromboli is not gay.
No, he just tears through chicks like he just annihilates them.
Here's the thing: is I don't.
Well, you brought up the point.
No, but I don't even remember.
No, this is fun.
But you still brought up the point. So we're gonna. I want to find these.
No, go for it.
It's the later ones, I think.
I don't remember Pinocchio. The evil guy from Pinocchio.
Fantasia.
I don't know.
Chartybog.
I don't. What?
Satan.
I watched that.
Essentially Satan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Satan's not gay. I don't know who is. Like,
yeah. He's
like, come on, Satan.
I don't know. Like
Satan's not.
What I'm saying is, in other versions, in lots of versions, he's gay, but in this thing, I'm saying he doesn't have a sexuality. That one.
Oh shit, Dumbo. He's gay.
Yeah, Dumbo himself. Dumbo
is gay.
Who's the villain in I don't remember these movies as much either.
Probably the other elephants.
There's got to be some circus people around that I don't.
Well, the other elephants at first. No, then the kids and the fans are messing with the dad.
But weren't there the people that captured him? And took him?
I need to rewatch all these movies. There's so many movies. Those are also on Dandy.
Who killed them all?
Hunters are gay. Obviously.
The
Sexuality.
Fire.
Three Caballeros. I don't remember the. I remember them. I remember watching the much of these. And there's a series of time here with many. Ichabod Crane was gay, but he wasn't the villain. The villain was the Headless Horseman. Again, there's really good sexuality in there. Cinderella, the stepsisters, and the stepmom. The stepmom is a stepmom, so it's not gay.
The stepsisters look pretty.
They could be, but they were all going after the prince. Like,
they had money though.
Every single one of them.
I'm saying that there are people who have had babies who are lesbians.
Yes. But I'm saying in these movies, they don't show any signs of being gay.
Okay.
That's
the thing is,
Irreversible.
For me, watching
clearly
it,
gay.
For me, watching
clearly
it,
gay or bi, but is not straight. Clearly not straight in Irreversible.
For me, watching it would be
helpful. But since you brought up the point,
well, later on they get gayer. Later on they get gayer.
All right.
Later on, get gayer.
So I'm thinking, well, classic Disney so far is safe. Peter Pan, Hook, very
flamboyant. Turn the cameras off first.
Yeah, but he's still very.
He is.
Hook.
But he's very flamboyant. He's got all the puffy sleeves and stuff. That's pirate. That's pirate arm.
Well,
Lady and the Tramp.
But pirate, like
Sleeping Beauty again. We've got a queen.
Who's the evil one in Lady and the Tramp?
I'm sure there's a dog catcher. I don't know. Whenever it's a dog movie,
Cruella.
Yeah, Cruella de Vil. Spain.
She's pretty female.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's a little tougher to tell lesbian from straight.
Anybody.
I think there are more obvious, like there are dykes, which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And that's like a bigger tell. But then, generally, like amongst lesbians, you get like the more masculine lesbians and then the more feminine lesbians. Mm-hmm. That's at least what I've
lipstick lesbians and the bull dykes.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So, for the lipstick lesbians, it's a little tougher to tell.
Jungle Book, Khan, but he's not the snake guy. Kind of is. He's not the villain. Yeah,
he's the big fan.
He's gay. He's gay. Aristocats.
This is final verdicts on this show.
Yep. On these movies we haven't watched since we were kids, if at all.
Yep.
So it was
Robin
Hood.
The sheriff was so not gay. He was like, "Howdy, y'all!
The sheriff.
Wild is right in the wilderness."
Anytime where the villain is going after the hero's girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, not gay in that. Winnie the Pooh, of course,
Totally.
Half-Lumps and Woozles.
Yeah, there's some gay. I'm saying Piglet and Winnie, man.
They're not the villains, though. We're talking about villains here.
Okay.
Half-Lumps and Woozles. Like crazy pink elephants.
Do they use the pronoun he for both of them?
I'm guessing they're gay. We can go with that.
Even Tigger, I think Tigger.
He's not a villain.
No, I know, but I'm saying I think
We're talking about villains here.
Bouncy.
We have tons of.
He's just happy.
We have tons of gay heroes. I mean, in this, but I'm talking about villains.
I understand.
Because he's saying they portray those as that.
There was nobody gay in The Fox and the Hound. That is a beautiful film. If you guys even talk shit about that movie.
You're saying gay people aren't beautiful?
Are you saying gay people?
Exactly what I'm saying.
All right, just making clear.
Shit about
Just being clear.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid. We got Ursula. She can be a dyke.
Let's see Little Mermaid.
You know.
She kind of maybe.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast. Gaston. That's very no. He's one of those guys who is he could easily be putting on a front and be the bodybuilder but he's again going after Belle. Doesn't show any interest in any of the men.
But he
doesn't not overly gay.
He's kind of like
he
Metro,
could be.
though. Like kind of Metro. He's like a little. I don't know.
Here's one I think you could have been thinking of. It's Aladdin with Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar.
Was that what you were thinking?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He could be. He could be.
Yeah. You kind of look like Jafar.
I know.
Yeah, he was just one kind.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. The Lion King. We have a very similar.
Scar.
With
Jeremy Irons.
But again, I don't think so. That's
him and his hyena bitches.
So much just going after.
One of them is Whoopi Goldberg, who's
it's all
Barely.
yeah, but it's it's all Macbeth.
No, like Whoopi Goldberg.
But that was all Macbeth. He's getting after. He's you know. It doesn't seem. I don't know. I think it seems like because of the acting can be gay, but still,
Yeah, his
I
acting.
don't. Pocahontas.
The white man,
The white man.
definitely gay.
Yeah, there were some gays in there. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Society.
Gay.
Alright, Hercules had, Hades, who was played by James Woods. So,
James Wood is not gay.
not gay, but the way he played that character could be, I don't know. Although Hades is one of those characters who's kind of bi in Greek mythology anyway. Mulan. The Huns.
That's actually one I've seen like not too long ago. So now this is one that I can actually kind of think about.
All right.
Like in my head.
I didn't watch that one. Too many Asians.
Never went after the women there.
Didn't like women having women. I mean, the whole society.
No, I'm talking about the Mongolians.
Okay.
The antagonists.
Mongolians?
Yeah, Mongolians. They never went after the women.
Mongolians? Oh my god!
They
people
never
raped the hell out
never did
of
that.
all the women.
He's saying in
this
movie.
film,
In this film,
there was no
They
sign
don't-
of them being
women,
attracted
so
to-
obviously,
They
because
would
they
rape
didn't.
anyone over 7.
But he's saying that because they didn't rape anyone in this movie, they're obviously
No,
gay.
that's-
Okay.
Tarzan,
Look. I don't even
Hunter, equals. It's not really. Fantasy.
Mongolians are evil.
Dinosaur, we went dinosaurs. Emperor's New Groove, you remember that? Got Atlantis, Lilo and Stitch.
The FBI's in that.
Yeah. Treasure Planet. Remember Treasure Planet, guys?
No.
Do you
Nobody
remember
watched
Treasure?
that. Nobody watched that movie.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear.
I saw that, but yeah, I just remember getting that home. Meet the Robinsons, the villain turns out to be the nice guy, man. So, I don't know. That's what I saw. Princess and the Frog, you've got the slashed looking guy.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. There we have. Alright, now what's fun is we get to Wreck-It Ralph, which is the latest film, which has the villain, the voice of the villain is guy from Firefly, Alan Tudyk, doing an impression of Ed Wynn, who played the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. So if you look at Wreck-It Ralph, same voice as the Mad
Yeah, it's
Hatter,
very
but it's
similar.
him just doing that voice.
Toy Story's not on there.
So, these Disney films, all those gay villains, eh?
Dude, he called you out, bro.
Fine.
Called you out, bro.
I just thought it was weird when you said that, because, like, I don't remember any.
Well, when he said
But
that,
you obviously
the
had
ones I
to
thought
think,
about were
so.
Scar and Jafar.
Scar and Jafar.
Probably because they're.
And I could, think of those two. Maybe two.
What about Andy?
The
ones I've heard.
Andy's definitely
Right.
turn out gay from Toy Story.
Honest.
You mean Sid? Andy?
Yeah.
Sid, the other kid, the angry kid?
Oh, they're both gonna turn out gay. They used to
Gay
experiment
for
with
each
each
other.
other. Yeah.
I think the ones I did that I was really like thinking about was Pocahontas and Aladdin.
Okay.
So that might have been one.
Alright, so there may be a few. You can see that. But I don't think the majority of categories.
I had 3 watch.
Oh.
I had 3
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
I haven't like. I think it's like also I haven't watched a lot.
Paint them with a brush to say that this wonderful company
Who's very pro-gay. Disney's super pro-gay.
Yeah.
Oh no! Like I said at the time, I understand how pro-gay they are.
I'm saying still at the time they're pretty gay with the amount of music and flowers, all the pretty flowers. It's all pretty gay, and not in a negative way. It's all
Like happy.
No, I know
Yes.
what Macklemore's talking about.
No, not in that way.
Not in that way.
Yes,
Oh, that song? That horrible song?
I only heard that
song?
one.
You know, it's just on YouTube. Gay gets dropped on the daily.
Yeah, on the daily.
On the daily.
I know all those comments on us that say, "Oh, wait, actually, we don't have any negative comments." No negative comments.
Yeah.
Negative.
Not yet. After this anti-gay bashing.
Anti-gay bashing. Damn your gay bashing.
No, not old boy. No, not irreversible. The Alice in Wonderland episode.
This is going to be the most controversial episode we'll have done.
It's funny because it's true. Because we're talking about Disney, and there are people out there that care so much that
Yeah.
they don't care so much about
Screw Disney. They raise their prices again, those bastards.
Yeah.
Because that's quality.
I'm going nuts.
And you do that. You have fun. You have fun being a ride warrior. Nice.
Actually, I do like that place.
You have fun.
Yeah. Everyone can get free tickets. It's nuts.
Someone's pro Disney here.
Maybe. Maybe a little.
No, it's true though. Not as many people go. I like it because in the morning there's nobody there, and I go on all the rides in an hour.
I don't think aside from Haunt, I don't think I've been there with crowds.
Oh no, on Saturdays, like in the afternoon, it's pretty busy.
Alright. So,
Maybe it's in summer too.
So
Yeah,
local
it's
theme.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of this movie?
Well, I gave it 5 stars because I just love it. I've always loved it. I loved it as a child. I loved it as a teenager, and I love it now. And I knew every song. I was surprised. Every song I knew.
Every song?
Pretty much every song.
You knew Alice's crazy songs with her crying and
Yeah.
I'm.
Very good advice, but I very seldom follow it.
I don't know when the last time I saw this.
I watched it so many times.
Oh, well, kudos to you for that.
Wow.
Have you been on you've been on the ride at Disney? The Disney?
Oh yeah,
I love
that's
that
the one ride
That's
I
one
would
of my-
make sure that I went.
Yeah,
on.
that's one of my favorite rides there. Just the visuals,
Oh, yeah.
is crazy.
It's fun.
It's just
And
like
the
the
teacups
movie.
right next door. You go
Yeah.
right after, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think somebody died on there, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Somebody fell.
There's stories of
On
that
the thing.
everywhere. Like where they're like,
Well, I know somebody fell from the top and fell on one of their leaves.
So what do you think of this movie?
It was good.
It's good.
It was weird.
He thought there was gonna be more.
I should have had you say it first before Tony said that he loved it, because now you have to say that you didn't. Give it a low rating.
You didn't have to. You can say I loved it.
I gotta say. I know you can't even just understand the 0 out of 5 of this romance.
To give something a 0 on Netflix, you have to say not interested.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
just you can't say that I saw it and I give it a 0. It doesn't think that you can do that. Just say no, I'm not interested. Never watching this. It's like the lowest you can give is a 1.
I worked it out with Netflix.
You called them up.
And they worked it out in this special case.
Actually took away stars from other people's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it.
So now Tony's is only a 4-star.
Yeah.
You two keep putting.
But yeah. I probably would have given like 3.5.
3.5.
I mean, I can get that as in, like, it's one of those that it carries more weight as a childhood favorite.
Yeah,
in that way, and that's what gives it a lot. That's what gives it that 5-star power. On its own as a film, just stumbling across it.
I would have loved to have been back at the time it was released in the theater, seeing kids' reactions and
Yeah.
adults' reactions. That would have been fantastic.
That would have been that would have been amazing. Especially as an early animated film like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in
And
1951.
it just, yeah.
And you just, all the things you just gone through.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Because of a pink caterpillar.
Had you seen this that was a child as well?
Maybe.
Maybe? You didn't know?
No, I still don't know.
Okay. So see,
I'm not sure.
so that's good. I like that as the 3.5 as you not having a memory of it as a kid, if you have seen it. So you don't have the memory tie to it, and we've got the tie to it as a kid. And you've been watching it throughout. I don't remember watching this since I was a kid, and I've been wanting to rewatch this at Sonic 2 because I remembered it as just fun and exciting. I think I give it a 4-star because as a favorite, as a classic, I put it as a classic film, and that gives a lot of that. But as a idea of comparing it to other things that I'd like to see now, it still doesn't. It's not as strong. There's other things I'd want to have been in there, like with the Jared walking and having more dark story to it, and having her have more conflict and more battles rather than just.
Well, this was the fun version. The book is actually pretty dark.
Yeah, no, the book is, and that's like I love all the stuff that comes from it, and I love seeing any version of this that comes out.
I think that it's so interesting that both of you guys take that. I don't think I've heard you say that before. that both of you guys actually rate the movies based on the fact that you understand that Netflix is going to suggest other films to you based on how you rate movies.
Yeah, it's somewhat like
and so
that.
you'll edit your rating.
Well, it's kind of the thing of not just what they're going to suggest to me, but it's how you stack that up with other things that you like.
You can go into the genre thing.
Yeah, you can tell what genres you like in that, but it's that type of thing where it's not like, oh, if I I don't know, if there's something I love and I want to see, or I want to see more of it, but I don't, it still would give it a lower star. I still get a lower rating. If I want to see more, like if it's not a well done version of that, I still don't give it that highest thing. But it's not just in a Netflix sense of I want to see more like this. It's just an overall sense of I like this and I'd like more like that. If there was another version like this that captured all of that same greatness that this one does, plus has that exciting storyline, that the one that could have been the Tim Burton version, he could have done with that, which was what was the most sad about that, is not what he produced, but what it could.
So it was actually kind of bad.
It wasn't that it was bad. I thought it was. I
didn't see the whole thing.
I thought it was decent.
I saw a scene and I got tired of it, and I was on an airplane board. That was a 19-hour flight.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I thought it was
decent. I liked the Jabberwocky battle in it. Plus Christopher Lee being Jabberwocky. The dance that the Mad Hatter does at the end is one of the worst things in a movie, and it's stupid.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that was pointless. But what the problem, my faults with the Tim Burton version is not what he did, but what he could have done that he didn't.
Okay,
and that's what was sad.
Because
there's so much in this thing, and I've got this book of it, and these are all stolen from my parents, but big book of it, smaller book of it. Like there's so many, because once you get you've got the pure book that's got its standard illustrations in it, and then each of these books has its own illustrations because everything in it is so fantastical and dreamlike that it describes it, but it describes it in its poetic, whimsical way. And any artist can have fun taking that and doing new things with it.
Right.
So
you can have really way new imaginations.
So since it's been created, you can see how this could inspire artists, and those artists were the Disney animators who were animating.
Actually, that is a good point. I mean, from what I saw in the trailer and the little bit I did see, it seemed like he just kind of took.
Oh yeah, the visuals in Tim Burton's were grand and great because it's.
Yeah, the visuals are really, really good, but it seemed like he just took the same.
Some of it's the same, but it's.
Did he have new interpretations on it a lot?
Some of them were new. Yeah, if you put them side by side, they look different, but you can tell that they're the same characters because, I mean, even in all the illustrations, you find similarities in them.
Yeah.
Because that's what's described, and then everything beyond that, you do your own thing. At
least he kind of had new stuff.
The whole story is they're playing chess on a chessboard.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
The book's really good. Check out the book. Our book recommendation.
Yeah.
Tony and I recommend Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland is one of them. Look at the source material because it's some interesting stuff.
Whereas, I didn't read it.
95 cents.
I can't afford that.
No,
today's gas prices.
That's why I haven't read it yet.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're going to do another episode next week. So, we packed some book money. I tried to hand him another.
I have the power!
I can't remember what other book I was trying to get you to read last time. I was trying to hand it off to you. I was like,
no, Eat, Pray, Love.
No, I'm pretty sweet.
Is that one of 50 Shades of Grey?
I think it's. I don't even know what book. I've got so many books I want everyone to read. So good.
Reading takes too long.
We should have a book. If reading did take so long, I have a book discussion. Let's go. All right. Let's get.
There are those people that do book meetings every week.
What?
I mean,
there's a lot of moms.
You've got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Well, even English majors though. English majors in college.
That's because they're
because you're in college.
Yeah, you're in college. You're in English.
But that's only one class.
Yeah.
I seen.
No, I had classes where we read
like
books in the class. I did English stuff.
Books upon books, and in each class. I was.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll have some more. That's what we're getting at. Jeez.
I can eat all that shit.
He can. He can eat all that.
That's going back to me, my day, and my girlfriend. So
let's Tony eats it.
Finish it.
Once the camera goes off, he doesn't have to put the decorum of trying to.
Decorum.
All right, what movie are we watching?
Go Homer Simpson it up. Oh yeah, I had my choice, and I actually did remember that, and I did choose before I came in here. My choice is a film from. It's not too old, and there's an actor in it who is in one of the best spin-off shows, sitcom shows that I think ever existed.
Keep going.
And you know what it is already.
The Fonz?
See, I'm good at movie trivia games.
So I was pretty sure you'd get it almost immediately from that because there aren't many
I can name
spin-off
that movie in -1 names,
shows.
and I haven't seen it.
Spin-off sitcoms.
Yeah.
Who's a performer from there went to make a film that is actually quite the opposite of his character in the show.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another one. The spin-off, or the original was Cheers. The spin-off from that was Frasier. A performer from Frasier,
The dog.
Eddie, went to make a porno that's now on Netflix.
And we're going to be watching dog porn next week.
No, David Hyde Pierce, who's Niles, Frasier's brother.
And also on The Simpsons.
Yeah. Who's also
Sideshow Cecil.
Sideshow Cecil. He made a movie called Perfect Toast. The Perfect Toast.
I don't know anything about this movie.
You haven't heard about Perfect Toast? See, I know about this movie because of Netflix.
Have you seen it, John?
No, I haven't seen it. It's one of those, like, Ip Man that's perpetually been on my queue to watch.
What's the genre?
Because Ip Man.
No, I don't want to look at anything.
Just don't look at anything.
Just don't look at anything.
Genre.
Just look, I mean, the cover already tells me so much, so I don't want to know anything behind that. Besides the fact that it's called Perfect Toast, you see the image and him on it. Like, that's all I want to know.
Is it toasting or is it toast like the ones you eat?
Host.
Oh, Perfect Host. Oh, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, come on. You know that one. Is it still on Netflix? Did you check?
Yeah. Well, it was on Netflix, like... I didn't check before I came here.
Let's see what year it is just to make sure. Good. In case there's like.
But I did check like earlier this week and it was there. Because I was like going through and I was like,
2010. Oh, is it 2011? Is it the right one? Maybe not.
It wasn't the same cover.
No, it wasn't. That's not the right one.
Let me look at it.
Hold on.
You're the one that can't read it.
No, it says 2010 because it says with David Hyde Pierce on the IMDb.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah, but it's a different cover on the other one.
Right.
Anyway.
It's a picture of David Hyde Pierce with the wine glass.
Yeah.
Perfect Host.
Sounds good.
Alright, Perfect Ghost.
His face.
Ghost Dad.
For the Perfect Toast next week.
Perfect Toast. Alright. Very good. Thanks for watching and enjoying and listening and enjoying.
Hope you're able to have a cup of tea, spot of tea.
Spot of tea.
With us. All,
he's not drinking tea.
He's got some
Coke.
Well, it's carbonated tea.
I mean, it's not Coke.
It's Coke in honor of
all the cocaine
that
that
was
was
done
done
to the thing.
to make this.
What's the just brand name of Coke? Just cola?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that.
Coke's like such a generic, like,
Like,
already.
yeah.
Well, in the South, I know they call Coke golf sodas. Okay, I'll have some Coke. I'll drink Sprite. And you're like, that's not Coke, it's Sprite. Stupid.
At least say pop.
Yeah, at least say pop.
Can you have a pop?
Okay, bye.
Bye.